What's happening, y'all? It's your boy DJ Big Bàk. I'm here. I'm live in the building with the lady herself, Miss Autumn Rose. We are here. Y'all who don't know her are going to get to know her today. And for those who do know her, thank y'all for tuning in and supporting her. We got a lot to talk about. So for those who don't know you, Miss Autumn Rose, can you tell everybody, who you are and what you do?
Well, I'm Autumn Rose. I'm SugaDopeQueen from Atlanta, Georgia. I am a solo artist who's been venturing this music scene for a long time now, and I'm just getting into the algorithm real good. I love music. I love being a part of this industry because it's exciting. It's worldwide, and we're global. And just coming in to be recognized for the talent and the gift that God gave me. And I just want to sing out loud, I want to appreciate the moments and be appreciated. That's who I am, a person of, interest when it comes to being grateful and thankful. So that's me all the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I got a chance to check out some of your music, man. Very strong, dynamic, powerful singer. I like what you got going on. Um, can you tell me a little bit about your past? What it's like, being in Atlanta in the music scene? Because a lot of people from the DMV do leave our area and go to Atlanta. Um, Also with like having like, indie TV placements, and also, what the meaning of cut different means to you.
Um, Being from Atlanta um, is a powerful thing. Atlanta is the place to make you think about Atlantis. Everything got connection with God, and to make you think about Atlantis. But being from Atlanta, I've learned that power is structure. I learned togetherness. No matter what, it's like brothers and sisters in Atlanta. Look, we can fight with each other, but can't nobody else fight with us. You get what I'm saying? Like, look, I
Yeah.
might have beat you up yesterday. You might have beat me up yesterday. But when somebody else come unknown, they gonna get beat up. We're gonna beat them up together. Not physically, but you know what I'm saying. We're gonna go hard, and we'll never go against the grain. That's the way it should be. That's the old Atlanta that I know, and I'm humbling myself and being in isolation, for my journey, so I could be who I'm supposed to be, and say what I'm supposed to say. That did a lot for me. And I just love Atlanta. I love my city. I never traded for anything. Traveling is fine, going somewhere else and experiencing their beautiful sights and their beautiful cultures. That's all well and good, but Atlanta is the bomb, man. We're the mecca all around the United States, and it's no denying that. And me, cut different. I say cut different. I don't know if I skipped the other question, but it's like a midpoint where I stopped at about Atlanta. But cut different. I CUTT. I already put another T on it because I wanted to be different. And cut different came from, me being in a time of, I say, turmoil, because that's how rough it was for me. The things that I had to go through and grow through, me being a mother, and me seemingly starting in a middle age process of being in the industry, which a lot of people don't know. I've been here for a while and for a long time. Most celebrities from Atlanta do know me, and if it's you from Atlanta, the team, the people from Atlanta, they gonna be on your side. They're gonna have your back and help you. But you gotta have integrity, and you gotta show growth. You gotta show work. You gotta put your work in and your investment. Ain't nobody from Atlanta about to give you nothing. ain't nobody from nowhere about to give you nothing, and I ain't never looked for a handout, and that's what I'm saying. And CUTT Different, okay, I've been there for people, my family, friends, people I didn't even know, and I did it all from my heart. So I really don't want to talk about it, but it was a time where it got so overwhelming that I had to just burst out and say what I had to say because people weren't respecting the game. They weren't respecting my name. They weren't respecting, all the love, and empathy and kindness that I put in. And it kind of, it was like, okay, you know what? I ain't looking for nothing back, but let me tell you what you could have done. Let me tell you how you could have treated me or should have treated me, because I would have never turned my back on you. I would have never seen you hungry, your kids hungry. I would have came in if you were tired. I would have cleaned up that house for you, made sure when you woke up, you ain't have no worries. I'm that type of person, that type of
Mhm.
friend.
Right.
And that's for anybody. I ain't even got to know you that well because my discernment is so strong and so leveled up that, hey, I know what you need. I know what God, is trying to show you if you can't even see the signs. And I can't tell you what to do, but I can help lead the way. So that's what CUTT Different is about.
That's
Just
fire.
telling the truth, being loyal, being royal, and accepting and being accountable for yourself.
Wow. I love that. I love that. Because a lot of people don't even go around with that mentality on a day-to-day basis. You know what I mean? There might be some moments in their life where they try it, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
having that consistency and that being that type of person is definitely CUTT Different. So shout out to you for
Thank you.
keeping that alive. You hear me?
Thank you. Cause it gets tiring. I can see how some people give up on that notion, give up on, hey, I tried to be a friend, or I tried it and they didn't change. I'm gonna say this. God forgives us so many times. So who are we to turn our back, just because a person falls 100?
Yeah,
You got to keep it 100. And that's reality. The
yeah,
things around you, the things around you, they do they do affect you. They affect you. So if your neighbors or your neighborhood is not uh coinciding with the change or being better or being different, then it definitely affects you because you just in a whole traumatic position and you're the only one calm. So what do? You stand back or you
right.
step up and stand forward. So
Mhm. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm glad you got that mentality. I took it off, but normally I walk around with this little button on. It say "Be Love." You know what I'm
be
saying?
loved.
Be love, yeah. Because I like the I like that mentality, and I like to lift people up, and I like to let them feel comfortable within who they are, knowing that, like you say, everybody might fall 100 times. You know what I'm saying? But you still gotta give them that human side. Like we can get better and move on and move past the falling as long as you get back up and keep striving, stepping forward. You know what I'm saying? So now,
Everybody deserve a grace period. Everybody deserve a grace period because you might be you, but who are you to say how long it takes for somebody else? Who are you to improvise on their journey? You can't. Everybody got we cut from a different cloth. Everybody got their own journey. We might be sewn in the same way. God sowed his seeds and he grew us together. He grew a nation. He grew people, but at the same time, he also gave everybody their own lineage. He gave everybody their own culture within their families and friends and associates. Everything linked like LinkedIn.
yeah,
Everything linked in, but you still
but
you still got to be able to discern the segmented spaces and the segmented, you know, the ends, the things that help us to intertwine because anything can become untangled.
Yeah.
And once it become untangled, did you hold on to the right segments? Did you hold on
Yeah.
to the right part? Did you stay loyal to that?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Nah, that's fire. I love it. I love it. I mean, speaking of that, intertwined and entangled and all that, what inspired you? I know you got a family background in music. I think you did some things when you was, really young. And you even, I think, had some type of way of looking at your performances or sharing your performances from then. Um, can you tell me a little bit about that and how you got the name uh, or the brand SugaDopeQueen?
Um, so like I was saying in my bio, my family, I grew up, my mom and dad were like the hood prince and princess, and they both could sing. My father's dad, which is my grandfather, he hosted a lot of juke joint parties at our at our family home in Lincoln Homes in Atlanta, Georgia. And we had in the basement, we had the microphone stands. Back then they didn't really have a recording booth. They just recorded right there where all the music was being played at. We had the drums, we had the guitars, they had the banjos, they had organs and pianos, and everything, the tambourines, everything that was needed to create a band, one sound. And they had the singing groups. And it started with my grandfather's friends, but my dad could sing. When I tell you, my dad had the voice, and it was nothing like it. And I'm not just saying it because he's my dad. It was like back then, it was amazing. Like the Temptations, like when they first heard Paul's voice, or when they went to the audition and he killed it, and he blended it and brought it together. That was my dad. I didn't really hear my mother sing like that. I heard her sing later on in the latter days when I got older and we were in the choir. That's when she really started singing. She always loved gospel music more than anything. She loved R&B, but she loved gospel music. That's what she preferred to sing. But her and my dad, they were on American Bandstand. They did that.
What?
My dad sung with James Brown.
What?
My dad song, and I don't know if he wrote, but I think that was something that he told me he wrote with my cousin. And I don't know if anything ever reached the surface, but I had a cousin in the music industry. His name is Kevin Wells. He used to be friends, and I guess they're still friends with Dallas Austin. And they
Mm,
did that. I met Dallas Austin when I was a kid, when he
mm,
was working with Another Bad Creation. So I
what?
went to platinum parties, gold parties. I went to, just I was around it and affiliated with it from the start. And it was no way that I could deny myself that, because every time I thought about being an entertainer, and I just didn't have the best life growing up, so I would cry all the time. I was like, oh, okay, I want to make it. I want to make it. I didn't never say I can't make it. Never happened for me, but I just used to cry for the music. I wanted to do it. And my mom, when her and my dad weren't together, of course, people move on. She had a boyfriend, and he was into the music. So that, my family, that's what we love. So that's where God, that's her boyfriend. He sent her to another person who was in the industry, and we were in the projects in Bourne Homes in Atlanta, Georgia. And they put a studio booth in my closet in the hallway. And I saw all the equipment. It was a lot back then. They had a lot more. It's more simplified and broke down now. But they had a lot of buttons, a lot of things you had to learn. For real, for real. You ain't have to. You couldn't get on no tutorial and learn that. You had to learn. You had to know what you were doing. And
Right.
I saw these big tapes, big tapes. You know, like you looking at one of those films back in
Yeah.
the day. And my mom said my baby can sing. I remember her telling him that one day, and he said, "Let me see." And he said, "What's your song? What's your favorite song?" And I said, "Early in the morning, I put breakfast on your table." I did that. He was like, "I want you to get on the microphone and sing that. You better go in there and sing that, girl." And I went in there and sung it. I don't know where that recording is. Lord have mercy.
Wow.
I don't know where it is. You know, maybe it'll pop up one day. Somebody who really want to find it will find it. But he recorded me singing that. And when I got out, I heard him telling my mama, we got a superstar. We got somebody. You know how people get all excited about it then, and like, they got plans and intentions for it at the moment, but when people are not around each other anymore, then it kind of fade away. And I don't know if he went and told people, "Hey, I got this little girl," but he said, "I never heard a little kid sing like that before."
Yeah.
And it's something funny. When I used to listen to music and try and hear the high notes, I used to try to hit them. I used to try to hit the high notes, man. That sounded terrible because I was trying to hit the sound instead of hearing the sound. I was trying to hit the sound, and it might be like, "Oh," and I said, "Oh," and that's how. But I learned to listen, because I love music so much. I learned to listen, and I stopped being afraid to let my voice go. And once
Yeah.
I let it go, I knew I was loud. I knew I was a loud singer. I knew
Mm,
my voice was strong,
yeah.
and I knew I had to make that work for me because everybody, can go to the cadence, but I wasn't a cadence artist. I had to do me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's what made me cut different. I
Um,
can't. I don't nobody sound like me. I might have got some inspiration from other artists. You know, um, Stephanie Mills, Shaka Khan, Aretha Franklin, Patti LaBelle, Whitney Houston,
yeah.
Sade,
Yeah.
everybody who had power. Sade kept me grounded because she wasn't no loud singer, but
Yeah.
she helped me with the essence of the melody. So
Uh-huh.
that's that right there.
Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay. So, boom. You decide one day, boom, we got Sugar Dope Queen ENT. Tell me all about that.
Okay, so I always been known to be a sweet person. That's my personality. I can't help it. If I'm mad at you or you do something, towards me, um, I've always been a forgiving person. So sugar sweet, sugar dope. I used to, you know, sell. I used to do my thing. You know, I
Yeah.
used to do
I
my
understand.
thing,
Yeah.
and I didn't really know what I was doing, but I had people who had it, and I had people who, showed me the way. Rest in peace, Shawty Low. And I had people that showed me the way. Trying to, I didn't think it was bad or wrong then, but now I know the difference. But anyway, sugar dope, sweet addiction. You know what I'm saying? It's a anointing, it's an addiction to what I'm bringing.
Mm,
So Sugar Dope Queen Entertainment, I just put it all together and it made sense. It made sense for me, and it made sense not to sound like I have an image as anyone else in the game. And I had to have something that was so significant that it was essential to what I was doing.
yeah.
So that's where Sugar Dope Queen came from. And it's a lot because all my names are connected. You know, Rose, AutumnRose. I've been Rose ever since I started singing. So, you know, I
Oh,
had another name for it. I got so many AKs, you know, and I settled in with AutumnRose. That's where it started working at.
yeah, yeah. Nah, it does. Sometimes, take that, you know, that evolution. You know what I mean? So you could find that one making it fit. You know what I mean? Like, you know. Like even Lil Wayne from, Lil Wayne to Weezy F Baby to Weezy to Tunchi, you know what I'm saying? Like that, yeah, that kind of thing just shows, growth in what you're doing. So nah, that's fine. So yeah, so okay, we got this song, Drop the Bass. Tell me how that all came together, like who you work with on it. Where did the plan come from, the creativity, how did all that come together for you?
Man, when I first heard the beat to Drop the Bass, it just came out. I'm definitely a writer, but for the most part, when I get in the booth and I hear something I like, my words flow freely. And that's what happened with Drop the Bass. I started trying to write it. I always start writing, and then I get me a hook and I get me a melody, and those verses, they just gonna flow. I'm a freestyle artist at heart, you know, especially when it comes to R&B and hip hop and pop. You know, I can freestyle rap, you know, a little bit. I gotta have some great energy to do it though. The energy gotta be big, you know. I gotta be ready for it, but you know, you can't be ready for freestyle. Somebody asks you to freestyle, you just got to go. But I did that with Drop the Bass. I recorded at BLD Films, and it was ATL BLD Films and ATL Web Radio at the time. I was doing a radio show. I was co-host to DJ, and Kareem, he was in the next room. He had his own office and his studio was there. And I started affiliating myself. I'm like, hey, I'm out here at the radio station. I might as well make this a family because everybody was cool. Everybody was good with each other. We all ate together. We all drank, smoked together. We did what we did. All of us had fun and everybody respected me. You know, they make they little cracks at me, but nobody truly just tried to get at me like that. It was a big business family and we all did it. And when I went in the booth to do Drop the Bass, because I was sitting right there scrabbling on my notepad, and Kareem said, you ready, Rose? You ready, Rose? I was like, yeah, I'm ready. He said, okay, go in there and do your thing. So he dropped the beat. And I was like, ooh, I'm gonna take you to a place. Then when I said, drip, drip, he stopped the track. He was like, man, I said, what's wrong? He said, Rose, you hell. I was like, wait, I ain't even said that yet. He was like, man, go on. Let me see where this going. And then I just hit it. Drop the bass, drop the bass. I didn't have the verses. I didn't know what I was going to say, but I ain't have to know. That's just the music in me. I was just ready to go. And I did Drop the
Wow.
Bass, recorded with BLD Films, Kareem, and he shot the video. You know, I brought my brother in, my little brother, brought my two sons in, and you know, we just and TR the General, shouts out to him. Brought them in and we collaborated and created a great video, great sound. And that's where Drop the Bass came from. It means a lot. All my music mean a lot more than, you know, just words with it. So I can tell you a story about all of them, but we will be here forever. Man,
Oh
that's
my.
where it came from.
Wow. Wow. That's tough. So what I'm gonna do right now is because we got Miss Autumn Rose here right now, we gotta go ahead and we gotta play the song Drop the Bass. I did hear a couple other songs too. The only thing that's kind of slowing me down a little bit is I connected, but then I don't know what happened. But anyway, so before we drop that though, um, can you tell me about um, how it is Atlanta Avenue stories?
Okay.
Yeah.
And what you want to know about like Atlanta Avenue is is for the community. It's based in the community. I won't say it's for the community because it's for the world. It's a great series sequel. It's a seasonal show and it's created by the the cast members and the storyline in it. And Drizzle Dollar, aka Man Man, aka Boy Jenkins. He's the what would you say? He's the writer. He's the one that started it. He's the founder of Atlanta Avenue, and producing along with Zed with the Bread. And they're some good men. When I tell you they believe in what they're doing, Drizzle been doing it for a long time, and Drizzle brought me in for season 2. I think I started, I want to say episode 64, 65, something like that. It's in between that and 70. I know it was before 70 though. And Nunu, True Nunu, she called, hit me up on Instagram and told me to come in and asked me to come in and do a part with her because Nunu's one of the number one stars over there as the females, and she asked me to come in so she could shoot me. But she asked me to come in, and I'm thinking, okay, I got a part over here. I was excited because I had been asking Man Man because both of us are from the west side of Atlanta. So I always seen them shooting and filming. And when I seen him, he was always busy. And I was like, let me. I want to do. He was like, he ain't never say, nah. He ain't never look at me crazy. He just say, all right, all right. But he never say come by. You know how he be like, we need actors today. He never say come by. But when Nunu hit me up, I was like, okay, okay. He had Nunu hit me up. Okay, shoot, it's for real this time. So I went and I met Nikki Taylor. She's a book author. And she's a up and coming actress doing well. She do a lot of things. Nikki Taylor, shouts out to her. She was my co-star in the scene, the first scene I did with Atlanta Avenue. And after that, I just I started pulling up. I started pulling up on the block. So I'm like,
Yeah.
shoot, I wanna do another scene. You like Nunu don't shot me because I got the idea in my mind that this story has to go on because I didn't die when she shot me. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
this story got to go on because hey, I gotta get some get back, or I gotta show my gangster. I gotta show something. I gotta show Sugar in this show. And I decided to use the name Sugar instead of Autumn on the
Yeah.
show. So I'm Atlanta Avenue Sugar. So after that, I just, he like, ready, you ready? Every time, everybody now, we would sit out there sometimes from 3 p.m. to 2 a.m., 4 a.m. You know what I'm saying? That's what it took on the set of Atlanta Avenue because uh, it was about loyalty out there. And Drizzle has a lot of loyalty towards him because he a loyal dude, and he a real good dude, and he don't play favoritism out there. Everybody, you got the main cast members that been there so long that we all know who they are. but he still allows others to come in and make their presence known. And he did that for me. And once I got, stop being nervous in front of the camera, you know, he told me, he was like, Sugar, all right. He's like, you breaking in now. You know what I'm saying? You ain't scared no more. I was like, "No, I ain't scared no more. I want to work with Star. I want to work with Peaches. I want to work with Uno. I want to work with, Pooh. I want to work, I just started now. I want to work with everybody now because I'm looking at their scenes and I'm like, man, they fire, man. Cause I'm gangster too. I'm Dope Lady Rose. Another AK. I'm Dope Lady Rose. I want to get in here and I want to pop off too. So Atlanta
Uh,
Avenue has been real good to me. I think it helped me. I know it helped me to align myself to be an actress, not just a singer, because I am a character. Since nobody speaks up for me, I'll say it myself. I am a character. I do have a personality that goes to all and reaches all levels. Comedy, dramas, the sexiness, all of those things. I'm aligned with those things, and I think that I can bring more. Hopefully this season 3, I'll be back. I'm not gonna tell nobody. I'll be back as Sugar, and no telling what my role might be. So shouts out to Atlanta Avenue. Uh, I really appreciate them for helping me break through.
nah, that's fire. Nah, that is when I say that's fire, that's fire. Did that show like win an award or something?
I think Drizzle had won a couple of awards, and I
Yeah,
and I know that he got people. I can't speak too much on the business, but I know he got um elite reaching out. I know he got people reaching out that's you know fascinated with the show and fascinated with what he's doing. Because it takes a while, to get your notoriety with the business that you build. And he's gained that. I would say that, and it's talks in with upper level. So just go from there.
yeah, nah, that's crazy now because like, with the content that like people are creating now, like it's like you don't have to be what they will call industry anymore to do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I could literally take my phone, start filming, and then next thing you know, I got nice little videos and shorts and all of
Mhm.
that, and people watching my show, they want to see more. And then you got networks like the Zeus Network, which is a creator-based thing too. You know what I'm saying? So it allows creators to be creators and do their thing. So nah, that's amazing, man. I didn't even know, like, that's just amazing. How is it on set though? I mean, you was mentioning all of these people, but like you said y'all out there from like 3 to 3, like it's a movie all day. How
Man, when I tell you it's like that, it's like that. I'm gonna speak for myself on the physicalities of it. When I come, um I like to I sit in my car, do my spliffs or whatever. If people start pulling up, then I get out. I ain't gonna sit in the car like I'm out of. I don't gotta get out. I get out. All of us start getting out. We talk to each other. We trip out. We really basically be talking about who's gonna work with who this scene, or but it has to connect with the last show, and we talk about who's gonna work together and who's what we're gonna do in the scene. We discuss the scenes, and we bring ideas to Drizzle. He already have a pattern in his mind, and he accepts some of our ideas. And sometimes he put his pizzazz on it, and he be like, "Look, yeah, you can say that, but don't say this. I don't want you to say it like that. I want you to do it like this, and I need action. I need this to be credible. It got to make sense. He ain't gonna let anything fly. No, because he's serious and not, and we should be serious too. On top of that, like we have barbecues and food. We feed each other. And
Oh, what?
he'll do it. But it usually comes from the cast because that's the love that's surrounding. Some of us just like to do that, and
Right, right.
me, I love to feed people. Period. So that's just right up my alley right there. Hey, marvelous be like, hey, I want you to we're gonna get on the grill. And he just started, after I did it, he just knows me, and then I don't feel like, oh, why me today? I feel like, oh yeah, you already know I got it, Marvin. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. What we getting? They break me off. I go to the store. They take me to the store. We go to the store together. Get back. We know we're gonna be out there for a long night, so we grilling. We got the big screen out there. The projector screen. We playing Atlanta Avenue. We watching our scenes, watching the movie. People
Oh,
coming.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got people come through and tell the fans ride through. They know where it's at now. They know where we start and stop at. So they be out there like, what's up, Sugar, what's up, Nunu, what's up, Drizzle. They come through. They don't be irate. This just they be excited to see the Atlanta Avenue cast. And
Yeah.
that's amazing to me. And I started feeling so humble, and I was so appreciative of just being there, being able to be there, because I don't know how other people look at it, but this is something so huge to me, and
It
I can
is.
see, yeah, I can see it. I can see where God is taking it. And another thing, last but not least, Drizzle, Drizzle loves the Lord. Drizzle loves God. And I listened to his morning show, the Swear Morning Show, and he got all us saying swear. We all swearing. When we grew up,
Yeah,
our
yeah,
parents,
yeah.
man, our parents, we can't swear nothing, but we swear love. We swear nah for real. We swear all of that stuff. So, it's just swear love all the way around. And everybody treated me, like family. When I first got there, they was looking at me like, who is that? And
Right,
then
right.
once
Where
they
she
got to
come
know
from?
me,
Yeah.
yeah, once they got to know me, and that's to be expected, because when you've been there as a male or a female, I won't differentiate them, because then that'll sound personal. It's not. When you've been there and you've been there for 2 seasons, almost 2-3 years, and somebody else come and it's a shine on that person, you want to know who it is, and hey, where's she going, Drizzle? What you about to do with her? Because this is what I'm doing right here and all that. But they didn't treat me bad, And when Drizzle said, hey, you with Sugar tonight, they were like, oh, okay, cool, shoot, because they know they was gonna lead the way, and I let them lead the way, and I didn't let them do anything, but I allowed them to lead the way because they've been there and they done that. Like CUTT Different. They've been there, they done that. And I've never been opposed to being someone who needs to be taught. So I let them teach me how the ways of the Av go. And I'm from the West Side already, and I already been asking Drizzly. It's already been affiliated and in motion. It just got ignited. And
Yeah.
that was it. That
That's
was it.
fire. Yeah.
It's just,
Fire.
yeah, that's it
Now,
now.
now with that part though, with that part right there, you know what I'm saying, being like helped and guided and all of that, like what was that like as far as like, you go out there, you about to shoot a little get shot scene, but like on a regular, consistent basis, like how was the structure? You know what I'm saying? Like you said he took some ideas, but was y'all like there and just like ready to shoot all day, or was it like I
Man, we was
might
ready
get
to
it that yeah.
Nah, we was ready to shoot all day. And I know I wasn't leaving without my scene, especially like with my timing and the kids. And I haven't been, living in Atlanta. I'm not in Atlanta now. but you know, that's my home, but I'm not in Atlanta
Right.
now. And when I came, I'm usually doing a 3-hour drive. So that's 3 hours there and 3 hours back. You know, so
Right.
and that's leaving early, getting up early. And I'm like, I'm having 24 to 48 to 72 hours, you know, a day, every 2-3 days, filming, and Drizzle might be like 3-4 in the morning. He's tired because Drizzle don't really get no sleep. He don't
Grinding.
really
He
he
grinding, bro.
grinding. Yeah, that man don't never go to sleep. He might lay down and you be like, oh, it's over with tonight. He ain't filming no more. And then it might die down. Next thing you know, he like, well, what you call it when? It's time for they say. We be like, shoot, he left. Next thing you know, he like, get him on the phone, tell him we gotta get this done tonight. But then he'll get up early and do it the next day. But that's what's creative about the whole situation because it allows you to get a clear thought pattern for the next part of the shoot, and that's how it's able to be, you know, put together so finely. You know, everything it matches up. It's
Yeah.
good. It ain't no run through scenes. He ain't about to hurry up and do nothing. You know, if you ain't got time, you ain't shooting today. You ain't got patience, you ain't shooting today. And he don't like complaints because he can't complain, you know. So he don't like the complaining. Nah, he don't like that right there. So I stayed up. I said, shoot, I'm barbecuing and I'm fixing plates and everything. So I'm good. I say, hey, y'all tell Drews I'm still in the kitchen, you know, so I won't miss when he ready for me. Tell him I'm still in the kitchen. What he want them
Alrighty.
to fix him and Zed and Nord. Nord. Nor the gun, nor he's always he be in the truck with Drizzle and Zed. They all the trio, man. That's why I call them the trio. They be together and Nord, I think he throws out a lot of ideas too. I don't never, Nord's so laid back. I don't know. I think he looks at it, he visually edits it. He
Yeah.
tell, hey, yeah, that was, this and that. Yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but other than
Yeah.
that, yeah, yeah, it's a
That's
fun,
what's
it's
up.
a fun fact.
Yes, well, we listened to your music and it was fire. I like the strength in your voice. I mean, you really represent with that. Like I think that's like the biggest, thing about your music. Also, that being able to just drop it off the top, just you know what you're gonna do, how you gonna do it, tells you got, experience in the game. I mean, it's in your blood, mommy, daddy, you know what I'm
Um,
saying? Grandpa. When you was telling me that story, it reminded me of that movie that just came out with Michael B. Jordan, where he playing two people, two people, and they had the juke joint in there. They had the
oh, you talking about hold on, hold on. I know the name of the movie. I'm
oh
sorry
man,
about it. I know what you're talking about. That movie that was everybody been talking about that
sinners,
when
sinners,
they
sinners.
Sinners, yes,
Yeah,
Sinners.
that's what it reminded me of. Now that joint right there is, yeah, that's I
Yeah,
can just imagine that. But it's so
yes, you
it's so
can.
crazy because like my father, like the way when you were speaking about your father, like I could really like tie in with the music. But my father, he could sing, but my father played the guitar. So like I'm
Okay.
really into like instruments in music and like it's crazy because like when I go and like go to the clubs and stuff like that and I dance, like I can dance to music to any part of the song though. Like some people just dance to the drums. You know what I'm saying? But I
Okay.
can I can dance to the guitar. I can dance to the horns. I can dance to the keyboard, piano. Like I can move to those parts of the song. People sometimes look at me like, "What is he doing?" But I'm in another place with the music because I always listen to music like coming up and stuff like that, and just my dad being a guitarist and hearing it and understanding it and him showing me what he doing and why it sound like this and all of this stuff. So it's, you know, just to hear you talk about your dad like that too was like, I can really connect. Yeah, I can listen and really connect with that and understand, you know what I'm saying, that feeling that you have. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people out here who watching this who could connect to that as well. You know what I'm saying? Especially with like music in their family and they doing that. So, nah, thank you for sharing, you know, all of that. Let me ask you this though, right? So, okay. All right. I got a couple different notes here. I just want to make sure you know what I'm saying? So one, what do you have coming up next? What's next for AutumnRose musically wise?
Well, musically wise, I'm promoting the album Rose Radio Live.
Yes.
Rose Radio Live. That's my baby. That's a 7-song album, so it's complete as an album. The songs on there are generated by the energy that I had when I was at a low point. And I just say, I know it seems like a lot of lows, but you know, I don't really live on them as lows. You know, there's trials and tribulation things you go through, but it was like uh a Confucius album. It's like in love, thinking about the kids. I'm happy a little bit. It was kind of psychotic, you know, like, hey, I'm happy. I love you. I love y'all. Hey, I need help. Oh, but I want some intimacy. Oh, yeah, this is how I do it. This is how I kick it, you know, and hey, but I can turn up. You know,
Oh,
it's a
man.
hip,
Yeah.
it's a R&B, hip hop, pop, country, soft rock sound of an album, and it's got rap in it. And the rap is like it's a freestyle rap. It's basically just the flip of the lips. It's a flip of the lips. That's what I
Oh,
call it. It's a
man.
flip of the lips album. I freestyled the whole album.
Oh, man.
I kid you not. I had a 6-hour session with 808 Cartel, DJ Flip. Shouts out to them. You know,
Yeah.
I flew to Burbank, California, and went to the studios, and that session turned into a 3.5 hour session. I got
Wow.
through the 7 complete songs in 3.5 hours. I just went through them. And everybody know I smoke and everybody know I drink. I didn't have nothing to drink. I didn't have nothing to smoke. I had a bottle of water and some chewing gum. And I went in the
Woo.
studio. I went in the booth. I was dressed up. I had my hair hanging down to my butt. You know, I had my
Uh-huh.
heels on, I had my dress on. Them heels was damn killing me. But I had them on. But you know, I always say, dress to impress yourself. And I felt so good and beautiful that I was able to just go. You know, how you look it determines a lot. How you feeling, you know, of how you feeling. So I went in that booth. Well, before I went in the booth, Fooey. Fooey was the engineer. And the package that I paid for to come in and record with them. See, I didn't know I was gonna record an album. I didn't know that. I just went,
Wow.
you know, and paid for the package. And once he played the track, I was like, I heard like 20, 30 seconds of it. I was like, cool, I'm ready. He was like, you ain't even hear it. You ready? I was like, yeah, I'm ready. You know, all I gotta hear is the jump off. I know if that beat gonna kick it or not. You know, so I went in the booth, did the first song. I forgot the first one that I did. Um, I gotta go back to that. I gotta remember. But I went in there and did that one, and boom, he was like, "You want to do some ad libs?" Boom, did ad libs, came back out, and he played another track. I was like, "Okay, boom, I'm ready." He was like, "No, you tripping." He was like, "You tripping?" He thought I was gonna go in there and record some BS, you know. So I was like, "No, I'm ready." and every track that he played, it came the same way. And once I got through, he was like, "What the what?" And he went out to tell Flip and all the other engineers that was out there. Say, I caught him. I caught him. You know, I usually wouldn't tell this part, but I caught him. I was going out to to give me some air because I had been in the booth part so long. They got a nice studio, by the way, and I had been in there so long, without coming out, just straight recording. And by the time I tried to come out, he was holding the door back. He was like, "Hey, man," he was saying something about me, but I knew it was good. And he came back and he's like, I gotta hear you rap. He said, "Can you rap?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, "I gotta hear you rap before you leave." And he played the track for me. I was like, I heard boom, 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 boom. That's all I heard. I said, "Oh yeah, yeah." That's how I was feeling. I was feeling good. I was amped up because I recorded all these songs. Then I went in there and I said, "Rose, Bowie, DJ Flip, make the money, Flip. Rose, I already dropped the bass. I'm a boss. Cold. Bitch cut different. Cut them off. I'm sold. Saving the music. I got it. I'm amazing grace to the bank. I'm fluent. Keep going. Don't stop. AutumnRose real high." And I just went on from there. And
Oh my.
that thing was live. And he was like, "What you want to name it?" And I said, "Rose Radio Live." Cause I came to life right here, you know what I'm saying? I opened all the way up. I had already did cut different, drop the bass, say the music, tell me my friend. I also did a remix with How Many Drinks Miguel. That How Many Drinks? I did that. I did Candy Rain, Won't You Rain on Me? That thing went hard too. That's when I first started back performing. When I first started performing, and all the open mics and stuff, when I was paying and paying, I feel like I paid my debt at this point when it comes to things like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I feel like, the financial part, I always, people could get me because they knew I wanted to get on stage. They knew I wanted to sing and perform. So I wouldn't say they used it to their advantage. Some people did, especially the ones who want to call me back 3, 4, 5 times and not pay me. You know what I'm saying? But unless they just, "Hey, come and see her tonight, come and see her tonight." I always look at it as a good point of view. Hey, they might have had A&R come and see me, and they couldn't show up that night. They couldn't show up that night. And then what's so special about this girl Rose? And I think 9 times out of 10, when they finally got there, I wasn't there because I got tired of coming for free, But I paid for a lot of open mics, And I haven't really performed Rose Radio Live anyway, except for the Hip Hop Awards. Last year, was it last year? The Hip Hop Awards was hosted, by Ugly Money. Ugly
Oh, you
Money
was out
and
there with Ugly Money Nietzsche.
Ugly
Yeah.
Money, yeah. With QC,
Mhm.
Universal.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
I, I performed on Universal stage. And I've been knowing QC, I've been knowing him since, he from Atlanta. So I've been knowing him for a long time when he had downtown Atlanta on lock. That they was
Mhm.
down there, I've been knowing them
Yeah.
since the Freaknik and all of that. But
Oh man.
yeah,
That
but I was always
95. That 90.
I was I was a
96,
shy fans
97.
girl.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we all know each other, and then sometimes it
Yeah.
might be just a blur of the memory. Then when they see,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, that's that girl I used to like." That's the girl who
Yeah.
always tried to walk fast when I tried to talk to her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, just knowing the history that I have, with this music, and that's when I went and recorded that day. It was actually, I was supposed to have my video shoot for another single that I called Sex
Yeah.
S.E.X. That video's out too. J Pro Productions. He filmed the video, at the casino in California, but we didn't use the front, we didn't use the light. It was a nice creative video, and it was in a actually in the parking deck. The
Oh,
level up, I don't know what floor we was on, but it was so nice to have lingerie on in the parking deck. It was so nice.
wow.
I did my Jackson 5 on them. I
Oh
swear to
man.
God, swear now for real. I did my thing. You know, he didn't show all that the dancing that I did in the video. I'm pretty sure he got edits, you know, that I haven't grabbed the hold to yet, but he made me a nice video, and I did my thing in there. Yeah, I gotta check it out. Sex, and I did my thing.
All
So
right.
after that, you know, at the nice hotel in California, you know, just went around and, you know, just ventured the sites. Their food is high as hell up there. No, I had to send back home for some money. It was high. The food is high. Don't trick yourself. You go to California, especially Burbank, you better have you some money. Two-piece fish, 2-piece fish and rice, $35. I'm trying to
Good
tell you.
God. Oh my
Mhm.
goodness.
Man, I ordered
Oh,
it
that's nothing
before I
like the
knew it.
South. You
Man,
gotta eat before you
yeah.
go out there.
Yeah, man. I'm like, man, I could go home and get this same meal, 15.99, probably or less. You
Oh
know, give me a
man.
little, give me a little a cup of rice. Like
Uh-uh.
what Chris Rock say? Can you give
Yeah,
me
yeah.
like how much it cost for a little cap full of it? Damn. But but yeah, no,
Oh,
California. It was a nice experience. Went to the beach before the video shoot. You know, just had a lot of fun up there. You know, and DJ Flip was cool. You know, I wanted him to be in the video, but he had a kid on the way and his fiance and
yeah,
everything. And
yeah,
the idea that I had for it, and then the video. You know, the song's called "Sex." I could
yeah.
understand why he was like, "What you?"
Right now. He's like, you trying to get me divorced.
Yeah, so I'm like, cause
Yeah.
I had a idea for like splash dance. You know, how you get the lingerie and they splash the water on you and all that. I had this crazy idea for it. Just,
Uh-huh.
it was just outstanding. But the way it came out, the visual was perfect. It's like a cover girl video.
Mm.
It make you think about makeup and just being classy and sexy. Like you got your suitcase tight and you going to work and you so fine and you kicking your heels off under your desk, or when you get home, you know how that walk we women have. You drop everything, kick your heels off, get a glass of wine before you do anything else. That type of vibe. That's what it's giving. So
Uh-huh.
all that, man. I just been enjoying what I've been doing through, and don't nobody know what be going on in your background, man. And I've been breaking through, so I'm just excited about this thing.
Hey, that's what's up, Autumn Rose. That is what's up. Listen, I thank you so much for being here and sharing this with us, man. I can't wait to tap into more of your content, see what you got going on and what you're doing. Definitely love the music that you got going on. Kind of remind me, give me a feel for my grandmother too. My grandmother, um, they on my mom's side, they were all gospel singers. So how you got your
Mm.
mom, that connection with her on her gospel singing and stuff too. Like you definitely fit in a way to be able to connect just based on your own story. I mean, just all the little pieces that even tied together of my life and how your life is just makes me want to know more, makes me want to dive in to hear what's next, makes me want to see what you're putting out next. So thank you for allowing me to, connect with you on that level. And how do they find you? What's the best way to stay in touch with everything that you got going on in your movement?
The best way is on Instagram and SugaDopeQueen Entertainment, and it's got an LLC on it. Is SugaDopeQueenEnt LLC. Continue to follow and my page Sugar SUGA_DOPE, Facebook, where I have my broadcast Hearts on Fire 100. We're global family motion. It's the people talk though. I'm Autumn Wings, my government name. And on TikTok, I think is AutumnRose. AutumnRose. I just started my TikTok now, so don't play with me. You know, don't come in there messing with me about some content. Let me get it together because I ain't the one to be, you know, on the trends. You know, I could kick it with the trends, but I'm the vibe, you know, and I gotta do things my own way. I gotta see how I fit in with TikTok, you know, and the same way I seen how I fit in with Instagram, which was to be sugar baby, and be myself. Autumn Rose, just be Rose, you know, just be Dope Lady Rose, be the Ghetto Rose, be A-Town 95, be all those things that's cut different off the vibe. That's me, Rose Radio Live. And any other channel, Sugar Baby merch, that's where you book me at. That's my secondhand booking. You book me at SugaDopeQueen Entertainment LLC. We can start right there. But Sugar Baby merch, everything with an A, not with an AR, just Sugar, and we go from there. You know, all my pages. You know, they'll be having more content soon, like you asked, and they can find me there. And I do got some new music coming. So y'all be ready for that, you know. And everything new. Last but not least, everything new until all of y'all heard it.
Hey, I know that's right.
Everything new until all of y'all heard it, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, y'all got it right here on Everything DMV Radio, man. We really tapped in with this queen right here, man. Got to know her, got to see her vibe, got to feel her music, and just seeing all the things that she involved in and what she doing, man. Keep supporting, keep showing love. It's your boy Big Bàk, Everything DMV Radio, and we out. You know where we at. Peace.
Hit me up. Let's go.